So I wanted to talk to you today about the phrase adopt, don't shop. So picture it's another boring night after school and your favorite series has another rerun on, and you call your dog's name. And you look over and here comes your rambunctious companion running towards you with that big dopey smile on his face. Adopting a pet, whether it's a dog or a cat, has a lot of psychological benefits to the human and to the animal, along with protecting the animal from being put down. Gunner is my silver lab. I adopted him over a year ago from a shelter right here in Maryland, and he has been there for me through the good times and the bad times, and I've been able to train him through his good times and bad times. It is beneficial for owners to adopt from local shelters more so than puppy mills or pet stores for multiple reasons. And being that there are puppy mills out there, it's super important that we are devoted to our pets so they don't end up in local shelters, just like our animals are devoted to us. Is there a difference between adopting and shopping? Yes, there is. So there are hundreds of thousands of dogs and cats sold each year in pet shops that are supplied by puppy mills. If you look on my PowerPoint, so when you see a cute puppy that's in the window of a pet shop and you just want to cuddle it and you love it and want to get it, you just have to remember that they were sold to the pet shop by a puppy mill. And puppy mills are farms that dogs are kept in their whole lives and bred, and they're treated unethically. Most of the cats and dogs, they're left in wired cages. Normally there's multiple dogs in one cage, and normally after birth they're departed from their mother, and their mothers are kept in different cages, and they're constantly being used to reproduce more puppies. Once they can no longer reproduce any puppies from either old age or their health isn't stable enough, they're killed by the owners. Most dogs, there are specific breeds that you would find in puppy mills, such as Dachshunds, Chihuahuas, Poodles, and other small breeds. Sometimes they're confined to 5 to 10 puppies in one cage, and they all are measuring just about 2 to 3 feet shorter than they should be when they're full grown, because they didn't have enough room to actually grow in a healthy way. There's poor ventilation, and the sheer number of animals is overwhelming, and there's an odor of urine to 90+ degree weather and heat from, is a quote from Rich Cook on a dog rescue of Whispering Oaks Kennels in West Virginia, where he went and evaluated a puppy mill. So cute pet shop puppies. These are the kind of puppies that puppy mills post on their websites for you to buy. Even though they're so cute, usually they're not in good health or standings at all. As long as the puppy's cute on the outside, if it's unhealthy, they'll still sell it to you. Whereas from a local shelter, the volunteers there who aren't paid, they volunteer their time and take care of all of the puppies and the kittens, and they give them their vaccinations, and they feed them daily, and they clean them, and they take them for walks, so you know you're getting a healthy puppy or kitten. Whereas in a puppy mill, they're usually in cages just like this. Some facts that I have found on the humanesociety.org is there's approximately 3,500 pet stores in the United States that sell puppies that were supplied from puppy mills. When you're buying from a pet shop, you are supporting a puppy mill. They'll continue to reproduce puppies, and they'll continue to reproduce the puppies that sell the most. Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania are the most well-known states for having a majority of puppy mills, and For some people, you may have gotten your puppy from a puppy mill and they're actually right down the street, even an hour away. And that's the end of that PowerPoint. So moving on, just wanted to make it clear, when you're adopting an animal, you're saving a life. You're saving the animal by making it a part of your family, by making it feel like it's at home, and a lot of puppies from local shelters are in desperate need. There's a lot of high kill shelters out there, and that's because the capacity, they don't have enough room for all the puppies. If I go back to what I was saying earlier about being devoted to our puppies and our animals, dogs are man's best friend, and that's because they are always devoted to their human. They will do anything for you, and they're always happy when you walk in the door. And if we were devoted to our animals and we didn't let them down by giving them up when times got rough, and if we didn't feel like training them and we get rid of them and sell them and somehow they end up back in an animal shelter, we would all be better off. Especially when you adopt a animal from an animal shelter and you know you're saving its life and you're making room in the animal shelter for another dog in need, it's going to make you feel a lot better and make it harder for you to get rid of your dog, and you're going to take better care of it. It's kind of thinking like, how would you feel if somebody had given up on you? You would probably be extremely depressed and sad knowing that someone just gave up and didn't want you. Well, animals, they have feelings, and they actually do get diagnosed with depression often, where they're scared, they get the shakes, and they're just sad that you let them down. And in animal shelters, that's exactly what the puppies are going through, because they just want a home. And the psychological benefit to adopting a local animal from a shelter is that the percentage of loneliness and depression in both human and animal decreases. So there is actually a benefit to adopting it from a local shelter. And then you will also feel good that you helped an animal and you made room for another. Overburdened shelters take millions of strays and lost animals every year. By adopting pets, you're making room for others. And according to a publisher named Feltz, who studies pets and their connection with health, he said that caring for a pet with unconditional love gives you a sense of fulfillment and purpose, and then you're lessened to feel lonely throughout your life completely. And the next time you feel like you have puppy fever and you've seen somebody with a nice, cute puppy and you just want to cuddle and play, just try to think about where they bought their puppy and where it came from. And remember, it's better to adopt and not shop. And you should adopt from your local shelter instead of adopting from a puppy mill. So not only are you giving more animals a second chance, and the cost of your adoption goes directly towards the local animal shelter and not the owners of the puppy mill who are misbreeding their puppies, the shelter can better take care of the puppies with the money that you're adopting your puppy with. And out in the end, you get a new best friend, and there's nothing better than that.